God damn it, I totally got off track to what the fuck I was saying. My point was, my damn fucking point was, you cannot be good to the humans at all. Absolute. Every time I try to be kind, compassionate, sympathetic, even my own goddamn fucking biological, the female that put me in the world. I mean, I wasn't with her the majority of the time. I wasn't inside her body the majority of the time. Actually, over like fucking around 8 months, I was actually on the ship of the Greys. Now, I'm not making this up, I swear to God. I was on the ship. I was in the tank, the little green floaty tank. Yeah, that was my fucking reality for the vast majority of being a baby. Or growing up to become a baby. That was my hardcore fucking experience. That's not my point. Listen. Even she teaches me really bad morals. You know, I have a hard time believing in morals. Morals. Want to listen to this. She tells me to be greedy, do not be compassionate, do not be kind to other people, do not be loving, do not be generous. Do not, if you have change, and it's problematic for the person to give you the change, scream and pound your hand on the table and demand it. I swear I can't say anything bad about her because she's a woman. I can't say anything bad about her because she's a fucking woman. But I can say that what she does is absolutely fucking insane. Now, you need to fucking hear me. I know all the things she tells me are insane and wrong and horrible. Is the worst satanic you fucking offensive, but you fucking YouTube. But I will let you fucking know this. I still try to be good to they who are shitheads. I try to be good. I try to be good to them. I try to find where I can go and try to, make things less shitty for people. But humans are always doing what they can to make other people shitty for other people. They do whatever they can to make other people's lives shitty, and if they see nice to them, they're disgusted with you. You can't even so much as even go into any store and if somebody drops something, pick it up for them without them being mad at you. I sometimes wonder if the devil, there's many great demons, there's names for many great demons. I don't know which one is really the one that really controls like all that is truly fucking evil, but it's just nicknamed as the devil, because no one really knows who the fuck it really is. That search of who is the devil ended up having a lot of people find a lot of really powerful fucking demons, and that's really all they really accumulated to. There may not be any one devil. There may be multiple of them, but either way, let's get back to the point. The point is that I sometimes wonder if the devil rules the world. And if you wonder, well, it's the great alien invasion. No, it's not those motherfuckers. They're not actually invaded. They're taking back their goddamn planet. Anyway. I don't really fucking believe sometimes that I think, I don't know, I don't really, I know it's like I'm rambling like a fucking idiot. Because I'm completely shattered and broken and fucked up in so many goddamn fucking ways you can't even conceive of. This world which I live in is Tartarus. Okay? I don't understand why everyone out there has such a good life, but I got Tartarus, but my life is Tartarus. My life is a fate worse than those who were sent to fucking hell, and maybe I need to shut the fuck up again, because I don't know how bad hell is, but it's fair to make a comparison. It's fair to do that. God, I had one was horrible. It was forced by the goddamn Greys. Now, in human society, it's extremely fucking hard to do anything nice. I try to do nice for people. I constantly try to do good to people, because I used to be a very demonic being. But seeing how shitty this place was, it kind of changed and like, wait a minute. This is unbalanced. I need to change my fucking ways. Quick. I realized that there is no light hive and dark hive, whereas you fucking human beings have come up with a fiction. You call it ceticoid and non-ceticoid. That word that did not exist hundreds of thousands of millions of years ago when our people, the insectoids, owned the entire planet. There's no proof of insectoids. You wanna know why? 3 big reasons. One, the women ate all the goddamn men. It's part of our ways. It's nature. It's romance, and it's deep spirituality, and it's sex. Oh, it's called vor, by the way. Also, giantism. female insectoids stand a lot taller than the males. If you got a fucking 7 foot male or 5 foot, 6 foot male, the female's gonna at least be like around 12 feet tall. I mean, the women are fucking giants. Not all of them. You might have one that's just 9 feet tall, but the women are big. Hands down, the women are really, really fucking big. They can't be too big because then otherwise you can't reproduce with them. I can't use certain words. I gotta use specific other words because YouTube has fucking orders to punish anyone that says naughty words. You can't use any natural language. It's more bullshit what the fucking asshole like Masons did. Susan Sassoon, her fucking name is, got a fucking list of things that she had to punish the peasants of the world for, and she followed her orders and sucked that fucking Masonic dick. God, I hate my fucking existence. I can't do anything. I can't say anything. Everyone's shoving a cactus up my fucking ass. No wonder every society is going fucking crazy and going into a riot mode. No wonder every time you turn on the tube, it says some part of the world now in mass riot. It's not even a riot point. It's getting to the point of civil war. Riots are turning into civil wars around the world. I don't even think there's going to be a YouTube very long. Why? Because I think civil war is going to destroy it. But it's probably a good thing. One thing the Greys told me, all of us, 30 fucking years ago, is that around this time period, that our whole life is one giant deja vu played out. During this time period, what's going to happen is that through all the puppeting they've done to the people, that there's going to be a mass, there's going to be all these goddamn, there's going to be every amount of dark and chaos you ever imagine hit the damn thing. But what's going to happen is that there's going to be multiple civil wars that end entire civilizations around the planet. China's going to have a massive war. There's going to be nukes going everywhere. The Greys, they're going to try to get the nukes fired up to begin with. They're going to see if they can push that, because they are the real puppet masters of all this bullshit. They are the real puppet masters of all this shit. But what you need to know is that there's still the Masons and still the Reptilians who are really, really in charge. And where the Reptilians hide, the very highest top of the fucking Illuminati pyramid. They are at the apex of the pyramid of the Illuminati. And they really don't like being talked about because Reptilians love their stealth. They're not a very powerful people. That's why they always gotta hide. If they were as powerful as they pretended to be, they'd be like dragons and show themselves off, but they're not. They cower, and anytime someone says their goddamn name, they jump on that because they know they're pathetic. They're afraid, and they know that. And they know if anyone just shows them off, kind of like fucking newts in a spotlight, they're all just gonna scatter. They're gonna run like fucking hell, like the basking lizard. They're gonna be screaming their head off and running over ponds of water. They ain't no T-Rex. They ain't no dragons. Because powerful creatures would not be afraid to be spotted by any means. You're powerful. What can you do to me? I am almighty. So there's nothing you can fucking do when it comes to fighting like a dragon like that. But fighting Illuminati, it's not my job. I had to obey what the Greys told me. It's not my job. It's not my fucking job. But what you need to know is that these are the kind of creatures that if you ever spotted them, they shit their pants and they run like hell. Okay, they're gonna be like basking lizards. They immediately get spotted. They make a mad dash to get the hell out of there. Oh, what a powerful creature! Oh, what an almighty being! If you really were that powerful, you would reveal yourself in society and try to make peace with everyone. You eventually would try to die down the screaming and just try to stand there for a while. People get used to you. And before you know it, the fear would calm down. People would just finally start to slowly get used to the lizard people. But no, the Reptilians are afraid of that. They can't do that. They can't make that next leap. They're just too... Or maybe the Greys tell them. I don't know. I don't know how it goes on in the underground cities. I'm not there. All I have is my orders from the Greys, and that's all I fucking got. So I don't know what the fuck goes on in the underground cities. Maybe it's a rule. Maybe it's a law to not engage with the human beings ever. I mean, they fucking eat them. That's beside the point. Getting way too fucking long. Way too long. But, yeah. one thing, like I said, back to the point. They said that the fucking there's gonna be multiple mass civil war, multiple mass civil unrest, especially in America. They said France a lot, and like they said Italy. I'm not sure, but they did say definitely North America. There's going to be massive, catastrophic waves of war. And that a lot of the unrest can be aimed at the social media companies or anyone who has to deal with the internet. And there's a lot of really mad people who got censored and fucked over by the internet people. You know, the internet people like Instagram and YouTube and Discord and maybe Bing. I don't know, Google a lot. The people are going to uprise and they're going to physically attack the corporations. The cops will be there immediately, and it's going to end up in like kind of like a super war where everything's blowing up, dead bodies are everywhere, there's screaming, mass chaos, rioting, looting. It ends in a massive spree of chaos and death, and it just doesn't end. There's endless waves of both sides, both cops and army and people. The country commits suicide, in other words. The country destroys itself in war, chaos, poverty, mass economic problems. And the whole civilization, engineered, the whole civilization comes completely fucking down like a house of cards on fucking fire hit with a goddamn hurricane. I mean, this motherfucking place comes down like fucking 9/11. It just comes the fuck on down. Meanwhile, as all this shit's happening, there's also a lot of chaos about SpaceX. Supposed to be really soon right now. They're supposed to like fucking tell everybody to get on the ship and go to Mars or some shit like that. The Grays told me about this shit. They told me to tell the world. Yeah, they told me to tell the world. I don't care the fucking people if I sound like a nutter to people. Now, and people get on the ship. There's multiple ships all around the world, hundreds of them. But they're supposed to launch it on Mars, I think. Maybe Venus, maybe, but I definitely heard Mars as the place of salvation. They're sending you to war for salvation. Mars is the god of war. Oh, you just go to a place based on war, death, chaos, pains, and suffering, and unlimited carnage. That's a good place for peace and quiet. Yeah, Mars hasn't hacked anyone. The god Mars hasn't done anything fucking nefarious. He's not a god of war. He's not a super beast of absolute fucking destruction and unbelievable amount of wrath and chaos. No, he couldn't possibly have the aura of death to him. Nah, let your fucking guard down. What's the worst that can happen when it comes to Mars? Huh? What's the worst that can fucking happen? Anyway, they send you to goddamn Mars. God, I wouldn't want to go to that goddamn place if it was the last place years ago. It's not really trying to say fuck you to the god Mars, but he's Mars, and I don't want to fuck with Mars. I don't want to fuck with a god of war and fire. Anyway. Now. So I just want to let, if anyone ever watched my fucking video, know that they're supposed to eventually be fucking letting people fucking go on these ships, and then these ships go on to the fucking Mars. They send them to it's SpaceX, it's Elon Musk, and some other people trying to save humanity from the chaos of the world. The world becomes super heated, and it will. They're going to show me the world being on fire, being over 750 degrees Fahrenheit, and some places go over 30,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and some places will go past 300 in the mountains somewhere on the earth. I don't know. Some places with no wind, and just the heat keeps climbing and won't fucking stop, and eventually it gets hotter than the fucking sun because parts of the fucking core of the earth are going to leak out onto the surface of the earth. You think I'm making this shit up? I swear to God, I'm not. I know I sound like the craziest motherfucker. I can hear myself talk, asshole. I know I sound crazy. I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm just really, really fucked up, and I don't really give a shit right now. Actually, I kind of do. It's not the point. So what I'm trying to fucking let you goddamn know, the goddamn Grays let me fucking know that massive parts of the goddamn earth, they're going to be massive flaming I don't want to say shithole. It's actually a red heaven. But it is. It's going to be unhandleable for humans. I can handle it. You cannot. You don't have the DNA for this shit. You weren't engineered by the Greys. Oh, you're special, aren't you? No, I'm not fucking... Well, okay, maybe I am a little bit special. But I'm a goddamn fairy, okay? I'm an insectoid. I was built for this shit. And I know when I just said that, they're going to be like, oh, well, he definitely is insane. Just look at the way he sounds and he talks, and the way he just said that. He just claimed to be a fucking fairy. I know I sound completely insane. It's probably this thing you probably pull down for hate speech. But you know what? Fuck you. Okay. But, yeah. So people are supposed to be sent to Mars. There's going to be a mass attack on Mars from the Greys, and then after they do that, they go right to Earth and they wipe out the last remaining humans on the Earth. And there isn't a couple hundred. There's still millions of people in there. Despite all the death I just told you about, it's going to still be millions of people all over the planet. And the Greys are still going to go after that. I think like 4 or 5 billion, 5 billion, I think they said, 5 to 6 billion human beings leave Earth and go to Mars. Yeah, that's a lot of human beings going. They're going to be sending ships for many, many months. They're just going to be leaving the Earth. Mass amounts of ships leaving Earth. That's especially in China. And these ships go from the Earth. They take a couple of weeks, like a week and a half, and then they land on Mars. And when they land, people are greeted by a government there, and they're taken to some kind of fucking place somewhere on Mars, some kind of, not cell, but some kind of holding area. They get the registration, they go through all the bullshit, and before you know, they have a place to live. It's not very fancy, because eventually the government there doesn't understand what's going to happen. The government on Earth knows all about what's going to happen, and that's why they're doing their fucking Masonic rituals to, kick the bucket and get the fuck out of here pretty goddamn fast. Because they already know what the tall grays are going to do. They're very aware of it. They're intensely aware of the Mantis' intentions. They're extremely aware. So at that point, they're like, we gotta just do our fucking job and get the fuck out of here. Ethereally. So, meanwhile, Elon Musk talks a lot about how he wants to get humans onto Mars. And it won't be like fucking 2023 or 2050 or... That's all bullshit. He just gave you a lie. He just told... When you can't tell people to shut the fuck up, humans love to do them on a very disgusting thing. They like to lie. That's foul. But that's what's gonna fucking happen. And then after that fucking happens, after all the chaos and the war and the bombings and blowing up and all the schwizwah, you get the point, all the fucking chaos. After that, we get to emerge into the planet. You guys, your souls will be fucking harvested by the Greys. I know that sounds like science fiction bullshit. That's how I got here. I was harvested by them. They held me in these giant fucking crystals that freeze your soul. Not a cold freeze, but it's like an immediate paralyzation freeze that drains all this energy out of the soul. You're stuck in these purplish, bluish, tinted red, fucking a little bit clear some places, crystals, and you're stuck in these motherfucking things. They look very much like soul shards from Oblivion. Matter of fact, I think they might actually be actual soul shards, but not the point. And you're stuck in these goddamn things, and you can't get out no matter how hard you fucking try. I mean, you try to summon energy to get out, it's incredibly difficult. And they actually watch the crystals. There's actually little Greys that are around the fucking crystals to watch these giant fucking, like giant crystals to make sure they... Actually, they're very... they're very, like, they're crafted in a lab to hold onto the soul. There's not, like, sharp points on the top and the bottom. It looks very, like, almost like a tree crystal. It's very, symmetrical is the wrong point. You get my point. It's designed to hold you. But it is crystal, I can tell you that much. Anyway. And then once they want your specific soul, what the Greys do is they ESP grab you, or that it's called telepathy. No, that's talking. Telekinesis. There we go. There is one. And they grab you and they pull you into a body and they fuse your soul to that baby body. And then you're trying to leave, but the whole Greys around you. They force you. You have no power. They can force grab your fucking soul, or it's actually a psychic power. Is the point. And once the body has bonded with the soul, it's attached enough, you're fucked. You're alive at that point. It's incredibly hard to get a body to relinquish control. The more control the body has over the soul, the more you're just trapped, and then eventually you are alive. It's a horrible fucking process. So I just let you fucking know that, and I know I sound like a rambling fucking deranged on here. I sound like the craziest, looniest fucker. I don't care. I know how I have very chaotic speech. Go fuck yourself. This thing's definitely gonna get reported by some asshole on the internet who's just way too fucking sensitive, and he's just gonna be like, Ari's malicious. I'm gonna report the fuck out of this goddamn thing. And he's gonna report this, and some asshole from YouTube's gonna delete this goddamn thing, and just no one ever gets a chance to fucking speak. Nobody gets a chance to fucking speak at all in this goddamn war. You're told to shut the fuck up. You can't go anywhere. You can't speak. You can't do nothing. Society. There's nowhere to run out of society. It's just fucking hell. I mean, you are trapped, you are glued, screwed, tattooed, and society shoves a cactus up your ass. There's nothing you can fucking do. And you know what people do when you have a wound? They like to take gimpy leaves and rub it with a gimpy leaf. This is the state of humanity. Fuck you. Either way, they're great, but they think you make you a better creature. They're going to do it. You go through all this shit. You become a hybrid. You can't make a hybrid of a human being because a human being is non-existent. It's actually a chimera, aka a Frankenstein, made by the goddamn Greys a long time ago, so they could survive their own goddamn race. And they've been upgrading human beings from there on. They don't call you human. They call you the models. You're just a different model every generation. Currently, I'm just a current model. Eventually, there'll be a new model to replace me, and that's the whole goddamn thing, and the whole process. But to make humans into insectoids, aka fairies, and fairies of people get confused with fairies. I think I'm talking about a magical creature that lives in the fucking woods and has magical powers. Really, it's a fucking insult. There's the spiritual powers of the universe, and they're insectoids. They're highly enlightened, highly evolved insectoids. That's what a fairy is. It's basically a super insectoid or a hyper intelligent, spiritually advanced insectoid. It's the evolution of the bug people, which I'm part of. Always happened. They went from being dumb bugs to being smart bugs, to going smart bugs, becoming spiritually evolved or enlightened bugs that become supreme in their own ways, beings of their own existence, but they still have not yet grown enough. I mean, there's still more to go into, but let me put it this way. A fairy is to an insectoid as a dragon is to all reptiles, a supreme being. Does that make any sense? And all my incoherent ramblings, what I might consider it to be, maybe that'll make some fucking sense to you. A dragon is a supreme being, so is a fairy. It's a supreme being. I'm not calling it a deity, I'm just saying it's a supreme being. That's fair to say. Of course, there's more supreme beings over supreme beings, but still, it's a supreme being. Gotta go. Bye.